Welcome to Leadership Sovereignty. I'm your host, Terry Baylor, along with Ralph Owens. Today, we'll answer questions related to distractions, the destiny killer, the importance of writing down your desired end, identifying 4 key areas to reaching your destiny, and how destiny and your natural giftings are connected. Enjoy the show.
All right, welcome back to a new show. Hello, world. Testing 1, 2, 3. We are back.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling today, Terry?
Oh man, I'm feeling pretty good. Got to do the family do's and the honeydews, and once you keep the main thing. I think that's what we're talking about, right? Keeping the main thing.
Yes, sir. Keeping the main thing. The title of this podcast is Distractions, the Destiny Killer. It's going to be a good one. This is one of those things that we focused on over the years in order to drive maximum productivity out of ourselves. So looking forward to sharing this with everybody. Any opening thoughts before we jump in, Terry?
Man, I think the power of writing it down, there's just so much richness in that. And here recently, I've gone through an exercise where, working through a desired end, and really having a clear picture of what the desired end looks like is important. You can have it in your mind, and but just in your mind may not be enough of a anchor, I'll say, right, of a foundation to really help keep you on track. Because it's, Ralph, you say this all the time, right? What you don't measure, you cannot manage. So we have to measure where we're trying to get, and I think one of the tools to do that is to write it down. So I'm eager to share that experience and how it really. Man, I started dropping all kind of stuff once I wrote. I'm like, man, I'm doing this. This is not getting me any closer to where I want to. I'm dropping it.
Yeah.
And I had to say, it was some people on.
Oh yeah.
It was some people. It was some people I had to drop, man. I did. But listen. I let them drop themselves. I'll just.
Right.
You'll catch that. I heard somebody say, you'll catch that in the by and by.
That's right. That's good.
But yeah, I love to hear where how this is. I know when we were sharing, hey, what do we want to, and I threw this topic out, and it seemed like something really kind of jumped off the paper for you. So I'd love to hear from you and kind of how it's what's your thought and mindset on it.
Yeah. When in preparing for this show, I kind of came up with four major points: identifying your purpose and destiny, developing your seed, the dangers of distractions, and then how focus can become your superpower.
That sounds like you. It's in the book.
It's in the book. That's right. It's in the book.
I'm excited to hear this sermon myself.
Well, let's start off with the first point, identifying your purpose and destiny. I hear so many people say, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what I'm meant to do. But I always coach and advise that the thing that comes natural to you, what is that thing that you naturally have a love and a gift to do? It sometimes can be something that you would do without even getting paid. right? Because you just have that much pure enjoyment in it. So I'll speak about myself. When I was younger and I was a kid, um, well, I won't date myself, but technology was pretty new, at home. And some of my family members would ask me, "Hey, can you come over and set this up? Hey, can you come over and set this up?" Because I just had a natural inclination and curiosity and love for technology. Nobody had to pay me to do it. It was something that I was always interested in. Even when I got into my 20s, and I was just learning how to really work on PCs, I had PCs all apart all over the house, right? I got a motherboard here, modem there, right? Just trying to figure this thing out. And because I just loved it, because I just absolutely, this is back in the days when I was a welder in the Navy and I had no career in IT. I still was trying to figure it out and tinkering with it and trying. I got so much enjoyment out of just learning technology. Eventually, I realized that that's what I was called to do. What were your thoughts when you hear that, Terry?
No, I think you are exactly right about that. And determining and finding out what makes you you, right? What is that? Honestly, man, it's the God given dream that's been placed down in you,
Hmm.
right? And for some of you all, you just love baking. Right. Some of
Yep.
you all, you love numbers. Man, I took accounting. I was like, let me try accounting too. I was like, let me get out of here as fast as I
I did,
can.
I did the same thing. I was like, man, they speaking a different language.
They speaking in tongues and numbers up in here. Let me get out of here. And I knew that was not my calling. Similar to you, Ralph, man, technology. And I would say my earliest fascination with technology was really around gaming. And man,
Mm,
I loved, and I'll date myself a little bit. I love the Atari, man, Space Invaders. I had to bust a
mm,
million. I got to get a million.
mhm, mhm,
And so here's and this is I'm gonna get off a little bit on this, but man, two things that I was most passionate about growing up was um technology and music.
mm.
And I didn't know though, let me tell you this, I didn't know I was fascinated by music.
Oh, really?
I did not know it. But I'm gonna tell you, I remember the day, even now,
Hmm.
the moment I became fascinated with music. My mom was going down to Soulard. You remember Soulard, right?
Oh, yeah. Soulard Market. Yes, sir.
Yes, and what I loved about going down to Soulard was I remember this big old tower, like chimney thing that was down there. And whenever
Hmm.
my mom was driving towards it, it seemed like it was about ready to fall on us, because the more closer you got to it,
Mm,
it felt
mm,
like, and I just love what that felt like. Anyway,
mm,
she had,
mm,
I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna stay in the car. I was probably 8, 9, something like that.
mm,
And she left the keys in the car, so I turned the radio on. And I'm turning the dial, I don't really know,
mm,
and I hear this sound,
mhm,
and I stopped, and it was,
mm,
"I don't care what you say about me, babe. I
mm.
don't care what you do." I'm like, "What is that?" I didn't know that was
Smoking.
Smokey Robinson.
Yes, sir.
Man, that was the moment I became, now granted, you gotta realize I'm going to church every Sunday, right? And hearing
Mm, mm,
again, that was the moment that I became captivated. The sound, I was like, "What is
mm.
that?" And from that moment on, um, man, I became captivated with music. And I say that to say this, and I get a little bitter about it. I mean, I ain't gonna even lie. I ain't gonna even lie. So, when I watch the Grammys now, right?
Mm.
They have a section on there where they're giving Grammys to people creating music for video games.
Really?
Yes. So I'm going somewhere with this. I
Mhm,
was a part of a program, and it was to, and this is why it's important to know what you are called to do and what your purpose is. It's critical because there are going to be some people along the way who are trying to help you, and they're trying to help you get there, but they may not be the right help for you. And I'm the real life story. So I'm in this program. I'm not going to name the program because the program did help me, right? I learned a lot of great things, but as a part of this process, you got to go through an interview to get into this. It was I'll call it a secret society of sorts. Anyway, so it was designed to help, African American, high achiever kids and things of that nature. Now, I was a little late bloomer in that regard because, I was putting my efforts in other things. Anyway, so I go on this interview, and the guy tells me, "What do you want to do?" I said, "Man, I want to make music for video games."
Wow.
Ralph, you know what the dude told me?
What?
He said, "Don't ever tell anybody that." Dude, it shot my dream down.
Yeah.
Because kids, you know what I realized? I was so far ahead of the curve.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't realize how far ahead of the curve I was. I was a junior and I was a freshman going into my freshman year of college. But I said, I want to combine my love for music and computers. Two things that I have found early. I found those two loves, man, before I was 10.
Wow. Yeah.
I should be working for EA Sports. I should be a president at EA Sports right now.
Yeah.
But that's what I wanted to do. Again, now here's what's fast forward, right? Have I lost that dream? No. I still pursue music, done it at an incredibly high level, right? We've done it together at an incredibly high level.
That's
and
right.
then, of course, technology, man, I'll say this. We've spent millions, but we've made 10 times that with the technologies that we employed.
That's right. Yeah. It's something, man, to cultivate to discover first with what you said, that seed of greatness that God has put in each one of us, right? And we encourage you, parents, to look for that in your children.
Yes.
Right? It's not so much about, they have to become a doctor, they have to become a lawyer. How about you discover what that God-given talent is that he gave them, and then help them to cultivate that.
Thank you for being with us today on Leadership Sovereignty. Stay connected with us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and on Instagram by searching for Leadership Sovereignty. And just like this podcast, let's all collectively grow as we go. God bless.